All right, we are in here. Two Jack Bros. We are back. What is up? I am Sidney. Ansley is with me. A little buzzed on wine. Let's do this. What is up? How you feeling over there?
I'm good.
It's been a while since you've had a little wine buzz going on.
I know.
How are you on top of the world?
Always. Yes.
Yeah. So that video that we just watched, which was a video of it was a business in Buffalo. They were having a business meeting. Cops came to break it up because they got word that the business was not complying with CDC mask regulations or whatever the reason they were called for.
Yeah.
It was a gathering of more than 10, maybe. And basically they chased them away with chants.
Chants are powerful.
Very powerful. In 2020,
Yeah.
you can chase cops away with them.
Chants paired with cell phones filming.
Oh yeah, so they're like cell phones are like the modern day Frankenstein torch.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just chase cops away with it.
Get
Get out of here! Cop! Back to where you came from, cop! You're an abomination. Yeah, it's kind of funny. So the reason why I got to that article because there was another article. Mm-hmm. That was it was like breaking news. This happened today. Cops in New York City busted up a swingers club.
What?
Yeah, there's a swingers club.
More than 10?
Well, yeah. So that's what I was thinking about a lot when I was looking at it because it was 80. It was 80 people altogether.
Whoa.
Right.
That's a lot of swingers.
But that's what
is that normal?
That's a swingers club.
Yeah.
Right. Because you and I, since we're not in that world. Right, we both naively thought when you hear swingers club, we thought one orgy.
Yeah, I thought it was similar to like a jiu-jitsu school. Most of them were like really tiny, one room. Maybe there was a room upstairs. You know, like you could fit like 10 people comfortably in each space.
Yeah, this is a club. There's like a whole club.
It's like New York City club, huh?
It's an underground swingers club. It's called Caligula. If anybody wants to join, they'll probably need some people helping on their what is it? Their GoFundMe. They're probably gonna have a GoFundMe.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they got $16,000 in fines.
Yikes.
Yeah, they were also serving liquor illegally.
They don't have a license, so that's probably where a lot of their fines.
That's where a lot of their fines came from. But if you're going to be running a swingers club, why can't it also be BYOB?
Right.
Like, why don't you make them just bring their own alcohol? Why take the risk of having your club or incurring fines for only the fact that you're selling alcohol? Because, like, think about this. In a time when things are okay and there is no mask mandate and we're not in a pandemic, they can still get heavily fined for serving alcohol.
Yeah, yeah.
But they can't get heavily fined for having a swingers club. There's nothing illegal about that.
Is there? Yeah, there's nothing, right?
No, you're allowed to fuck.
Yeah.
Like, consensually?
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm not sure.
Well, we might not be able to consensually fuck during a pandemic.
Right.
But not during a pandemic.
Well, if you wear your mask, you're okay, right?
I don't know.
What if they were all wearing masks in there? You know, we're safe people. We're not crazy or anything. Like, it is a pandemic.
It is. I mean, goodness gracious, that would be hilarious if I was a cop and I had to bust up a masked orgy.
Like, it does spread through particles and come out of your mouth and nose, you know? So none of the science says anything about vagina and penis juices. So
I don't think it does.
No, I haven't heard anything.
We've heard something that we've heard mouth, nose, butt.
Yeah, yeah.
Because there's COVID in the
poop
fecal
flu.
matter. Yeah, the farts.
Yeah.
COVID farts.
COVID farts.
So, but I mean, maybe that's because the front genitals are a gift from God.
Yeah.
And it can't be. You've never heard of the genitals getting like the flu or the common cold.
Vagina's coughing.
A little vaginal cough.
How embarrassing would that be if you got vaginal coughs? Like, excuse me.
Yeah, I think women would be like, no, I'm just farting. I have a lot of farts. I'm farting a lot. I'm farting a lot.
You try to double cough so you cover it up.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, it's just I guess that's the world we live in now. It's wild.
People getting busted. Yeah, it is like it's like when alcohol was illegal, prohibition,
Yeah.
and like people were doing stuff in their basement and cops just bust in because an anonymous person told them about it.
Now it's like prohibition era hanging. Like we're not allowed to hang out.
Oh yeah.
It's prohibition era chilling. We're just chilling.
Yeah, no chilling.
Like that's it. There's no like that. Like
No
2020 literally has no chill.
No. Yeah.
It is against CDC guidelines for 2020 to have any chill at all.
Like those people that what you just showed me, like it was dark. I know it's Buffalo and it's like this time of year, so it could have been early.
What do you think? Like Buffalo is like Middle Earth?
It is.
Like it's just like always dark.
Have you? Yeah, upstate New York is freaking Middle Earth.
It's like I know it's dark, but it's Buffalo, so it's you know.
It was probably 2:00 in the afternoon. No, but it's like dark, so it was probably like an evening work meeting. Like those people have. Like, first of all, they have that much enthusiasm that they're like, if somebody came in and I was doing like a 5:00 work meeting and the cops were like, you have to go home, I'd be like, okay, guys, we got to go home. We got to go.
Yeah, but that's also, too, you got to think about how boring a work meeting is. Like, when the cops show up, you're like, excitement.
That's true.
This is either going to be excitement or I'm going to make it excitement.
Yeah,
like, I don't care. I don't even care if I get shot.
Yeah.
I'm making this happen. This work meeting is just about to get fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty wild. And I just read that article about the
Man, I'm like that New York City Swingers Club though. We've been wondering so much and now I feel like you enlightened us. Like they're still swinging. You proved that. Like it's still happening. Nobody stopped swinging.
Yeah, we were worried
during the
about
pandemic.
that earlier. In the beginning of the pandemic, we were like, "What about the swingers?"
Yeah,
like they're still making it happen.
Yeah.
So they found when the police busted it, they found 10 people in a room.
Okay.
Just in a fuck room. They were fucking.
Like
it was like they were orgying at the swingers club. I think that's how it works. Like you go off an orgy at a swingers club.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But if there's only 10 in each room, are they okay?
That room was okay. They were allowed to stay.
No, they weren't.
No. Oh, you guys are fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 10. All right, you guys are good. Everybody else, get out of here! Like the cops took out their cell phones and started chasing people out. Get out of here! Not wearing a mask. Get out of here! I can't wait until I like herd somebody out of a place with my cell phone.
Yeah, the power of
Dude,
it.
I am like up until this episode of this podcast, every time I see that, I'm like, oh, what fucking cowards! Like you gotta punch. Now I'm just like, oh, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. I've always wanted to like. It's weird because I've always wanted to chase a Frankenstein away.
Have you?
I have. I've always wanted to be part of a mob chasing a Frankenstein out of town. But I've always felt like the Frankenstein.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like I've always been in this weird place with that.
Yeah.
But
you've always felt like the Frankenstein.
Well, I mean, I always felt like I was getting chased away from groups.
You were.
Like,
you are the Frankenstein.
It was like, Sidney, you're taking it too seriously. You're trying too hard. It's like that was too many questions. You're being too weird. It was like
too much, Sidney.
Yeah, I was chased away by the word "too." That was my torch. I was too torched. I was too torched away. I was too torched away, man. I mean, this podcast is for all of those people out there that are too torched.
Too torch all the Frankensteins.
All the things, because it's. I guarantee you, the people that listen to this podcast have always been like, "Oh, you're going too deep about that. You're thinking too hard about that, or it's not that serious. You're taking it too seriously." I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Everyone listen to this podcast is that person that's on the group bubble that gets kicked out.
Yeah, it's like, dude, there's too many facts. Okay. I had a vague understanding of it, and I was going to judge everything I did based on that vague understanding that was emotionally based. And here you come with facts disrupting shit. Right? I think that's our crowd. Or they're just compassionate people who like care about the truth too much.
Too jacked. Too bro.
Yes.
Come here and be too much.
Yeah, we're too family. We're going to talk about too family. Yeah. So yeah, that's
Are those pictures of the
So,
swingers club?
well, this is the room that they were caught banging.
Ah! What is this? What is this?
That's the price sheet. That's the price sheet for the amount of
price
time.
sheet?
Yeah, because that room isn't free. So let me see if we can like show that to the that room. That room isn't free. It comes with some charges, right?
What are the prices?
So, I know how they price. It's a VIP room, is what they call it.
That's a VIP room?
Yeah, and it's,
if I went to a swingers club, I would expect a little more out of a VIP.
I think that's all you need is like satin, like fabric decorations on the walls. You know, like a Victorian color wall, like a green Victorian color wall, some Victorian lamps, and like condoms. A bed and condoms. That's it. And so, how much do you think it costs for 1 hour in the VIP room?
Oh, we pay by the hour. Now, does this?
No. You pay. You can actually pay by the 10 minutes.
By the 10 minutes.
There's 10 minutes, 20. I mean, come on. I mean, let's face it. I mean, you know, like I'll put it this way. It's like, listen, I know you guys paid for the whole hour, but I only need 10 minutes, so I'm only putting in this much, and then I'm gone. Okay.
So it's like it's not like at a restaurant where you have a whole table. Like you can be like these 4 people can pay for an hour. That dude paid for 10 minutes.
I think it might be the whole room.
Okay.
I don't
go
know.
in together.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I think, but from the price, like how much?
The 10-minute guy just pops in like like at the end of it, like
yeah, it's like I only got 10 minutes.
I feel like he's just like everybody's like worn out on the bed. He just starts sticking it in everybody like
Here comes cheap ass Sidney with his late cheap dick.
Major come.
Here comes Ansley with her fiscal vagina, all late. Her and Sidney with the shrewd dick and fiscal vagina. Oh my God. With their penny pinching genitals. Oh my God. Here they come. Late again, just trying to save a buck.
All right, for 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Paying I have no idea. I'm paying for $25.
All right.
It's like Price is Right.
Yeah. All right. So then you have a 20-minute option.
Oh, well, we get a discount, so that's $40.
So $40.
Yeah.
And then you have a half hour.
$50.
Okay. And then you have 40 minutes.
$75. I think that got expensive.
Okay.
I think I'm going down to like
75. That's the magic number. That's like if you can last that long.
$69.
That's actually a good price. Yeah, that would be funny because like if you can last longer than an hour, you want that last 15 minutes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I'm sorry, if you can last longer than a half hour.
Yeah,
like that 40 that extra 10 minutes.
Yeah,
it's like there's probably some magic orgasms happening. I don't know.
I've never been there.
Never, but from what I hear, I mean, I don't know, but the way you priced it.
Yeah.
The way you priced it.
It's worth it.
So 50 minutes.
Oh, geez. These start breaking down into like 5-minute intervals.
So it's 10, 20, 30, 40. Now we're at 50.
Now we're at 50.
They're all 10-minute intervals because that is, I think, the maximum amount of time that people should be having sex. Like 10 minutes is a good amount of time.
Yeah. So this is like how many people are you going to have sex with?
Yeah. How many sexes are you going to have? How many sessions do you think you can get through?
Now I'm at 80.
80. And then do we do 1 hour yet? 1 hour.
No, 1 hour. You're gonna pay $90.
Okay. So what about all night long?
Oh, there's an all night long.
There's an all night long.
Yeah, $100, $150 for all night.
Okay, so you were close on everything but the all night for the most part. You nailed 40 minutes for $75 when you initially said $75. So
okay,
10 minutes is $30.
Okay,
20 minutes is $50. Half hour is $60. But again, you're wasting money after 10 minutes. Let's just be clear about that. 40 minutes is $75. 50 minutes is $90. 1 hour is $100, and all night long is $500.
$500 for all night long.
If you got 10 people, that's $50 a piece for all night long sex.
Oh, this is the group price.
I'm assuming it's the group price. I'm
Oh.
assuming it's not per person because it doesn't say that on the.
I thought it was like paintball, like everybody's got to pay their way.
You know what? I do think that, like, if we had to make a comparison, an orgy is more like paintball than it is a family style restaurant. In my opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
And it depends on what your motive is.
People can bring their own gear. Like some people show up with their own gun and stuff. Like.
Well, I mean, I think every guy shows up with their own gun I think, for the most part. But yeah, it's a lot of like.
That one hurt. Not in the face.
Definitely paintball. Although that does sound like our family eating dinner.
Yeah.
So it can go both ways. I've heard it both ways. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, those swingers got busted.
Man.
Busted because they're gonna kill their grandparents. Is it this worth it to you to have sex with strangers that you're willing to kill your grandparents?
None of those people have grandparents. Are you serious?
That's fair. Swingers tend to not have grandparents.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
They don't have dads. They don't have grandparents.
Yes. Good stuff, man. So, that's the state of the world right now.
Yeah.
That's a wild. Like, imagine being the cop that has to bust up a fucker swingers party. Like it's like goodness, because think about how out of their element those cops that were breaking up a business meeting were.
Yeah. What do you think swingers were chanting at them? They're just like wagging their private parts at them, like.
Wait, I'm coming. Wait, I'm coming. It's like, I get it, we violated a rule, but give me a second, I'm coming. A little bit of a long chant, but you get it.
Yeah.
You get it. They're all synchronized somehow. They're all chanting the same thing. They all get it. Everybody, oh man.
So when you go to a swingers house, club, place, you like bring your 10 people, or you just like you go and you're like, hey, it's us two, we'll go in a room with.
I feel like if you have 10 people that want to have sex with strangers, you just do that.
Yeah, you don't have to go somewhere for it.
Yeah, you don't bring sand to the beach, right?
Yeah.
Like the whole, you become a member. It's like it's more like a
oh man,
like a Sam's Club.
Okay.
Like you have a membership, and then when you're there, you can also buy VIP rooms at a discount. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Bulk rates.
Yeah.
Some bulk. So it's you're a member, and then you go there, and then you kind of like hook up with the strangers that are there.
Yeah.
From what I understand.
Yeah.
It's
Interesting.
it sounds like there's a system.
Yeah.
They got a system.
Sure.
Right. That's good time, man. What a good time. So.
What else you got?
I don't know. Well, first of all, I do want to say this. Check out our Patreon. I'm sorry that we didn't do the Patreon the last time. That was not my fault. It was out. It was just time
life,
and energy.
It's life.
But it is funny to me that you've got to experience what it was like to have a listener say something to you about the Patreon not being up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it made me feel bad.
It does make it. I'm glad because that's the one thing. It's like that. We do this together. Like I am like. This is my life. This is
You're the face of it.
Yeah. So I am the face. I am a stand-up comedian. That's what I do for a profession. That's my living. That's how I make my living. You're doing this with me, but I have to.
You brought me to the swingers club,
and I'm trying to be appreciative of that. I'm trying not to take that for granted. So, when I don't want to have you try to face the same pressures that I might have to face with this thing. So when it's time to do the Patreon, it's hard to like be. Come on, we got to do it. We got to do it because if anybody knows anything about a woman, they specifically want to do not what you tell them to do. So it's like if there's something, it's like, come on, if you put a demand on a woman, it's the complete opposite. It's like we have to do it.
Me and my 8-year-old son.
Yeah. So I don't want to try to force. I don't ever want to force that. And then build up a tension around things. Yeah. Right. So then it'll make it harder to do things. It's like I'm
Stop
like
talking about how you reverse psychology.
I'm just like I'm psychology in you at the very least. I don't know if it's reverse psychology, but it's a lot of work. Living with a woman is a lot of work. I think this podcast is a microcosm for what it's like to have a good relationship with a woman.
Yeah.
It's like to have a good relationship with a woman. You can't have a good relationship with life. has to be. It's gonna be some work. It's gonna be some work. Man, so I got some things to talk about. I don't even know how I want to get into this. Let's start here. I am very close. I'm very.
I had
That's what I would change. It's like, because I am not trying to appease these cops. Listen, I am very close to coming. I am very close to coming. It's like a threat for me.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we got to break this up? Well, I'm very close to coming. What you think about that? It's
an angry black man in there.
I would be the first person tased at a swingers party. That's exactly what I needed. That's why tasers don't work on black people. It just makes us come. Everybody see those videos where like aggressive black people get tased and just like walk right through it? They just come right through a taser. Oh man. It's like, oh man, give me 15 minutes and tase me again. It's like, oh my God, every time a black person gets tased, R&B music starts playing. It's like, oh man, what a great time. What a great time. Yeah. So, no, but I'm very close to Let's get serious here.
Okay.
Let's get serious here.
You started me off with that.
It's a very serious podcast.
Okay. It's too much, Sidney. It's too much.
Yes, I'm being chased once again. Chased away by the twos. Being two torched.
Okay.
So here we go.
Yeah.
I'm very close to being a guru, which is not too far away from coming. So you weren't wrong. That's what I'm saying. I just needed to be able to make that point. But yeah, I feel like I'm very close to being a guru.
Okay.
I'm super close.
And what makes you so close?
Because like I'm
what type of guru are you?
So I'm really into breathing. Right?
Yeah.
I started reading we're listening to a book on Audible called Breath.
Okay.
So now I'm super into breathing. Like I get it, right? I really understand how important it is. I listened to about 17 minutes of it and I just fucking get it.
I love those like first 15 minutes or 17 minutes of a book where you're like,
yeah.
I know so much.
It's like, oh my God, I'm a genius
yeah.
now. I don't even need to finish this book. I'm such a genius. I mean, like the rest of this would just overwhelm me with information. I don't want to have the burden of information happen to me. I'm like one of those geniuses that are humble when I get it. So, yeah. But I'm also getting into all the benefits of a strong, healthy butt.
Strong butt.
So
breath work.
I knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah, I was gonna start counting on my fingers.
Yeah, because I have 2 B's so far.
Okay.
Right, and I knew once I presented 2 B's, you were instantly going to require a third. Right. Yeah,
you got it.
Right.
You came prepared.
I was just thinking about it, and I was thinking about being a guru.
Yeah.
And I just I solidified my 2 B's.
Uh-huh.
And then I realized that in order for this to make any sense, there has to at least be one more B.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Balance.
Okay.
Right? Breathing, a healthy butt, help provide balance.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The 3 B's.
The 3 B's.
Do you feel like that's enough? Do you need another B?
Do you have another B?
Personally, I do.
Okay,
right?
I'll take it.
So, I mean, again, this is like, I'm trying to turn my attributes into something that I can guru upon people. that way you can guru easy.
Are you going to be a healthy guru or are you on your way to cult life?
I don't know where it's going to go.
Okay.
But if we focus on the tenets,
yes.
Right, which are breathing, breath, butt, balance, and belligerence.
Definitely a cult.
right? But I think you're seeing belligerence as violence.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That would be more bellicose. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Somebody was a vocab guy in school. I was pretty good on the scholastic vocab quizzes. You know?
Belligerence takes us where?
Belligerence could be like I think it's anywhere. Belligerence is mostly defiance, non-compliance, and a lot of Karening.
Yeah.
So it's like you want to have a healthy breath,
Yeah.
get a strong butt that looks good in leggings,
Yeah.
balance, and then ask to see the manager. That's
I'm
part
just
of
gonna
it.
take some deep breaths over here while I wait for the manager.
That's part of your balance, though. Seeing the manager.
Yeah.
That helps you get your balance. That helps. It's very helpful.
Okay.
So yeah. I'm just learning about breathing, how important the breath is.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
it's
I've thought about this multiple times since like walking around wearing a mask.
Yeah.
And how when you walk around and you like can't take as deep a breath because like especially in the summertime when it was hot and you had this thing on your face and you're like you know, and I'm like and we know so much about a breath that you know, small changes in your breath work change like the physiology and the makeup of inside of you, like has such a deep impact on you.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, like, you know, we've talked about how everybody seems to be a little bit crazy right now. Like people are meaner to each other than normal. Like, you know, all the chanting, there's more tattling, there's more all this. I'm like, is it all because we can't take deep breaths because we have masks on?
I think it has a lot to do with it, but I think we stopped taking deep breaths as a culture as well, right?
Yeah.
So let's start here. Here's a fun place to start. So as far as summertime is concerned, wearing a mask, breathing,
Yeah.
right? Who stands to have an easier time breathing, black people or white people?
Oh, white people. Black people all have asthma.
Okay. Not false. But there's a reason for that too. It all goes back to do it. I mean, some of it has to do with like the breath. Some of it has to do the way that people are reared as children, right? So we're looking at it. We're going to go by the nose. So judging by the nose, right?
Yeah.
Who would have an easier time breathing? So how would you describe the air in the mask in the summertime?
My nose goes out farther, so I've got more of a pocket here than you flat nose people.
So how would you describe the air in a mask in the summertime?
It's hot and stuffy.
Hot and stuffy, right? So you're breathing hot, stuffy air.
Yeah.
Right? So then what do you think a long nose, which nose, the long nose or the flat wide nose is more conducive to breathing hot, stuffy air?
I don't know how a long nose works different than a flat nose.
Because noses are very underrated, which is something that us breath gurus know, the breathing gurus.
Well,
like, something I learned in the first 17 minutes of this book is that noses are very underappreciated, and their use in breathing is very underappreciated to the point that, you know, like all these other parts of the respiratory system are studied way more, like the mouth, the lungs going down way more than the nose. The nose is almost left out.
Yeah.
Right? But the nose has evolutionary purposes for how it helps breathing.
Well, so I was thrown because black people tend to come from hotter locations.
That is correct.
So that made me want to think that the flat nose was better for hot and stuffy.
But you don't want to give it to us, so that goes against your nature of white people wanting to conquer all aspects of everything.
But I don't know why a flat nose would be better for that.
Well, so let's go the other way, right? So let's go with why a long nose then would be better for breathing in cold air.
Well, it gets more of the air that comes out of my mouth that's warmer than the cold air.
Well, you're not supposed to be breathing in the air that's coming out of your mouth. The air that's coming out of your mouth is carbon dioxide. The air that's going into your nose is supposed to be oxygen.
Okay.
We're not breathing carbon dioxide, so please stop doing that. You're breathing in a suffocation loop over there. You're like that's the equivalent to like sitting like get in your garage and putting on the car.
That's taking a lot of white people out.
Yeah, just breathing.
that is a white person.
Yeah. When like white people get too huffy in line, like when white people are waiting in line and the line's not moving, they just start dying from like breathing from carbon dioxide poisoning. All right, so the reason why the nose then cold air, why a longer nose helps breathing in cold air is because it gives the nose more time to heat the air up as it's coming in. Right? So, and then you can think inversely then, like a short, wider nose is taking the air in right away. It's like you don't want it to have any time to be heated up before it starts to get in because you're already breathing in hot, stuffy air.
Yeah.
So, which is, I have like the hybrid.
Yeah.
Because I am the avatar.
Mm-hmm.
I am like the breathing avatar.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so that's that. So in a hot stuffy mask, theoretically, black people should be having an easier time breathing.
Yeah.
In theory, right?
Okay.
So I mean, how do we get there? How do we get on that? Oh yeah, yeah. But yeah, I too the guy was describing how the way we eat, starting off, if you like go like what processed foods really early, like really soft foods, you don't strengthen up your mouth, and your mouth kind of starts closing in on itself is the best way to describe it that I can do.
Yeah.
You know, and it gives you something called a V-shaped palate.
Okay.
Which is not, it's supposed to have like an oval, like a parabola,
Yeah.
a parabolic shaped palate, right? But this like V shape like brings your teeth closer together. It makes your nasal passages smaller, and is probably the reason for snoring. No, it is the reason. It does cause snoring and sleep apnea and all these other things. But that you can apparently change this stuff even later in life with like focus. I haven't gotten there yet. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. Yeah. But it was also why younger siblings, like he didn't say this, but it kind of made me realize why younger siblings have better teeth, because again, like this V-shaped palate is the reason for crooked teeth.
Yeah.
The reason why people way back in the day, you know, like our ancestors, they always say, this is like popular, this is in the mainstream science now, is that the skulls of our ancestors, they all have straight teeth, right? So the reason that is because their faces were just wider. Their jawline protruded further than their forehead. You know, their noses were like a little flatter and everything, and their mouths were just wider in general. So that allowed for, you know,
teeth to come in straight. Because
right?
your teeth only don't come in straight because everything's pushing on each other, and like
exactly,
your mouth's too small.
But the reason why our mouth is so small, though, was an evolutionary trait to allow our heads to get bigger to house
the big
a brain.
Okay.
Because it wasn't like our heads could just get bigger. We had to still use the same amount of space.
Right.
So like our jaws got smaller and thinner, and then our noses used to be pushed into the face more.
Yeah.
The noses came out of our face.
That makes sense, because like the nose is such a like just hanging out there, waiting to get broken or like damaged, and it's like this thing just feels like why would evolution do this?
Yeah. Right. It's weird.
Yeah.
It is weird. Right, but it's new. It's like some things, and they made a point to say that some things evolution just means change.
Yeah.
So it doesn't always mean like for the better.
Yeah, well, it's making room for something else that's more important. Like like you're saying, there's give and take. Like something's got to give.
Exactly. So so then so you can also, if you're chewing soft foods really early on and you don't get a chance for the jaw muscles to strengthen and stuff.
Yeah.
Like your mouth doesn't expand properly. Growing up, which to me, I immediately started connecting dots for why first children tend to have more mouth problems and need
moms
braces.
Mush everything up and like,
because they're so obsessed with doing everything right and making sure the baby doesn't choke. Also, speaking of choking, like humans are like the only animals that choke on our food. Like no other animal chokes on food.
Sounds right.
Right? It's crazy. Could you imagine like a snake needing the Heimlich? It's just like, it's wild.
Yeah, you never find an animal you're like, oh, he choked.
Yeah. Even like those animals, like when you would see like sometimes every now and then you'll see like a fucking snake will try to eat an alligator and it's like dies halfway through. It's like, because the alligator started fucking doing something to it, or like.
I have seen an animal choke. We had fried frogs when I was little. Like me and my friends kept frogs in a cooler. Yeah. And I guess we didn't feed them. And one tried to eat the other one, and it wasn't much bigger than it. And it died with the frog like halfway in it. So
here's the thing. It's weird to say it this way, but like, did it choke or suffocate?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, it's
or the other one just like reached in and grabbed its heart.
That's like, probably that's probably what it was.
Yeah.
You know, it's probably doing shit in there.
Yeah.
You know, so. Yeah, we're the only animal that chokes on food. But again, that's why, younger siblings tend to have better teeth, because by the time you have the second kid, you're just like, just fucking give them the steak.
Yeah. Let them figure. They're gonna gnaw on it.
Yeah, just let them gnaw on. Like, let them chew on shit.
Yeah,
whatever. Give him like a little fucking shoe.
Yeah.
It's like, no, don't worry. I don't even wear that shoe anymore.
Yeah.
So all of this breath guruing,
Yeah.
I think it's like serendipitous. It's coming at this perfect time of spiritual and intellectual alignment for me.
Yeah.
Right? Because before I stumbled upon this book and started putting together the 4Bs, I watched this documentary about the Breatharian Cult.
The Breatharian Cult.
The Breatharian Cult. Are you familiar?
No.
Okay. Wow. Allow me to blow your mind.
Okay. Please do.
So, a little bit of a disclaimer, right? You can't be a breatharian, you'll die.
Okay.
I have to say that now because it is such an intoxicating ideology that every time it gets thrust into the popular zeitgeist, people start trying it again and people die.
Okay.
Right?
I'm very intrigued.
So this is like the ring of podcasts.
I'm gonna do it right.
Yeah, you're right. I guess that's what everybody thinks. That's what everybody thinks. This is like the ring. Like if you show this podcast to people, like they'll try to be breatharians and die.
Don't do it, people. Don't do it.
Dude,
I don't know.
Tell us. This is like the urban legend. This podcast is gonna make us an urban legend.
Okay.
This episode right here.
Okay.
So the breatharians. Let's get oh man. I don't even know.
You came with so much knowledge today, Sidney.
That's what a guru does.
Oh.
I can't help that. I'm on my path now.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm on my path. Breath, butts, balance, belligerence.
Okay, let's go.
The 4Bs, baby. The 4Bs, baby. So, all right. I think let's do it like this. Ask AMA, Breatharians. Let's go. Ask me anything.
Okay, when was this cult first formed? When was the first?
Okay, so the first time the cult was formed was, I think, in the 70s, right? So the first leader of this cult was a guy named Wiley Brooks.
It's an American cult.
It's an American cult. Well,
okay.
It's based off of an ideology.
Wiley?
Yeah.
Is this Wiley Coyote?
This is, I think you're going to enjoy Mr. Wiley.
Okay.
Mr. Wiley Brooks. So there was a guy in India who basically claims that he subsists on predominantly just taking in energy from the sun, and from the breath, and it was his body can convert breath into energy.
He didn't even need water.
No water necessary.
Okay.
Just breath.
Okay.
Right, just breathing and just absorbing the sun.
Okay.
Right, and this guy was tested by Indian doctors.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want to like cast aspersions on this, but India, they believe in this stuff. So I feel like when they're testing these things clinically, that they're doing it with also this belief in it. And I think there might be some holes in their testing, because of their belief in all this stuff. Like, I don't know if it doesn't seem like they're testing it from a point of incredulousness.
Right.
Right. They're testing it from a point of like proving their beliefs are true.
Yeah.
That's complete speculation. I don't want to act like I know anything about the medical or scientific community of India or anywhere or science. Right? But that's just how.
But maybe.
Just maybe.
Okay.
Just maybe. Right? So they tested this guy for 10 days at a time in a room, cameras on him at all times, but there will always be like little different. Go ahead.
I just wanted to make sure he was getting enough sunlight.
See, there you go. So he was getting sunlight from a window, and then one time he was asked he got moved to an outdoor location, and then back inside, and there was some speculation over whether or not something could happen there. So they tested him 2 times. I guess that was the second time. The first time, towards the end of like the last 4 days or the last 3 days, he was allowed to take a bath. But they just brought him this big, how Indians take baths. They just, out of a barrel, they just fill up a barrel and stand next to it and like splash water on themselves. So he was like bathing like an Indian.
Yeah.
And so people were like, maybe he got a little water in his mouth while he's bathing. And it's like, I'd never bathe like that. I don't know. You probably could, So I bathe like an American. With like 3 washcloths and like 90 gallons of continuously running water.
Come on now.
so so people didn't necessarily. So anyway, so there's like, but this guy was no guru.
No, he was just people in India just do this stuff.
Yeah,
They're like they don't need people following them.
This
they
is
just
for
do.
me.
Yeah.
This may not be for you.
Yeah.
But this is how I live.
Yeah.
You do what you do. I do what I do.
Yeah. And the guy next to him sat on swords for like his life, and they're just like, yeah, this is what I do.
Yeah, he's like looking at the. I think he's eating. I don't believe he's just not. And the other guy with like the longest fingernails in the world.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen him eat.
Yeah. This is the guy that the yoga man stole all his poses from. Is like got his foot around his face, and he's like, I don't know, I might believe him.
Yeah, it's like, and it's like every Guinness World Record holder is like going down the line.
Just in little huts. That's how I picture it.
We know. I mean, I don't know. Like, who knows? I don't know when you started listening to our podcast, but one thing you got to know about Ansley is that one of her stereotypes about how the world works is that all the Guinness World Record holders are from India.
Not a stereotype. Fact.
I mean, we haven't proven it wrong yet.
Yeah.
We haven't proven it wrong yet. So again, this guy's not a guru. This is just how I live.
Yeah.
Right. So then the knowledge gets to America.
Guru is born.
Literally. Everybody that's willing in the Breatharian community becomes a guru. Like every single time.
Yeah.
So it started off with Wiley Brooks. He was the first American to. He's considered the founder of the Breatharian community.
Breatharian.
But he's not. Again, this is knowledge that he basically he adapted knowledge from somewhere else.
American way.
The American 100% the American way.
Yeah.
We didn't originate it. We just made it better.
Yes.
Right.
Come on now.
Or no. We didn't originate it. We monetized it.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do he look like? Wiley Brooks, the godfather of the Breatharian community, a cult of people who completely stop eating, stop drinking, and
stop bathing, stop cutting their hair. This dirty white man from the South.
Okay. All right. So you've added some stereotypes to that because they don't stop bathing, they don't stop cutting their hair. They like to live as normal people in society. And so they're regular Joes. They're regular Wiley Brooks. just a regular old Wiley, right? So. They don't stop. They do. They're proper. They're prim. They're proper.
Even in the set, really, I was like taking it like he's in the 70s. I was like, this is a hippie dude that like
for every Breatharian cult leader, you would not be able to pick them out as a Breatharian cult leader if they were amongst other people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, but he is a white guy.
Okay.
He is a white guy. Okay. He's got brown hair and he wears round glasses, like the skinny rim glasses.
All right.
And he wears a button-up shirt. It's tucked in.
Tucked in. Okay. I think you are pretty good. Except for that.
Oh, Wiley Brooks.
Wiley Brooks.
Hey, look at that button-up shirt though.
Yeah. He's a black man. But everything else accurate.
Let me see Wiley again.
Yeah. That's Wiley.
All right, Wiley.
Yeah. He kind of looks like an actor. Oh, the dad from the Wayans Brothers show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like the dad from that.
Yeah.
Right? And he like came out at the same time that he kind of got famous. So that's Wiley Brooks. He's a black guy.
Wow.
Who, again... I really feel like this really speaks a lot to the
noses.
Noses and like the fact that we don't live in nearly a racist society as people claim that we do.
Anyone can be a cult leader.
Anybody.
Even in the 70s.
That guy rose to prominence as a cult leader, telling people they didn't need to eat. Again, that guy became famous.
Mm-hmm.
He was world renowned because of this.
Yeah.
A black guy in America who people were coming to paying thousands of dollars to learn his ways of not eating.
So his claim is that he never ate?
For 17 years, he hasn't eaten.
What?
Yes, but well, he's had. How does he describe it? Let me see if I wrote that down. So okay, so let's just talk about this guy.
Give me some more info.
Because these were his claims. His claims that he hadn't eaten for 17 years, but during his reign as a cult leader, and when he had his cult, he had his people, right?
Did he shit sun?
You don't shit.
Not even sun, huh?
Breatharians don't shit. Do not disrespect my breatharian people by claiming that they shit, Ansley.
Okay.
You think breatharians are like...
They pass gas, though, huh? Breath right out the butt.
I don't know. They didn't say anything about that. Like, I don't know if I would want to be a breatharian if I knew that I couldn't fart.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be perfectly fine with not pooping.
Yeah.
Like, who needs that?
Yeah.
Right? That's an inconvenience. You got to sit down. It's a time waste.
It is.
Right? If you could poop and go, would you do it? Would you poop on the move?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's what farting is.
And I don't want to, in public places, like if I never have to go to another CVS bathroom for the rest of my life, I will be a happy, happy person.
100%. Farting is like the Go-Gurt of pooping. You just do it on the go. You do it on a skateboard. All right, so this guy has his cult. Wiley Brooks has his cult.
Yeah.
He's in the 70s. He's crushing it, right?
Yeah.
He's getting all the, breatharian puss that you can get, I'm assuming, right?
Oh, yeah.
And but he keeps getting caught eating.
Nah! What does he get caught eating? Does it tell you what specific foods he gets caught eating?
Yes.
What?
He gets
I love it.
So the first guy, because he gets caught by the people that ends up being like the closest people to him in the cult hierarchy.
Yeah.
Because they're around him the most.
Yeah.
And
they have access to him.
You have access, and he's like, but he doesn't count. He doesn't count the food that he eats because they have empty calories.
What, he eating donuts?
Yes. He was crushing boxes of donuts, like dozen donuts at a time. And the way the one guy was describing it was like, yeah, he could eat a dozen donuts without even flinching. It's crazy.
Like,
yeah.
Like folded them up into his mouth.
Probably. They're probably just melting in his mouth. Like he doesn't eat. This man doesn't eat. And it's so he gets caught eating donuts a lot.
Yeah.
And the other thing he gets caught eating a lot are omelets. This man cannot stop eating donuts and omelets.
That's like, when they're like, if you could only have one food for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
He's like, donuts and omelets.
Duh, of course. I think I've lived like that before.
You are a breatharian.
I've been a breatharian before. I've definitely had periods of my life where I completely persisted on donuts and omelets. 100%. Glazed donuts and country omelets, get the vegetables, like Western omelets. They're called different things, different places. But if you say country omelet, Western omelet, I think everybody knows what's in those omelets.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, so omelets, donuts, and then he keeps getting caught coming out of 7-Eleven with bags of groceries.
7-Eleven?
7-Eleven. Because he's like, because you got to keep in mind though.
He's black.
Well, he is.
White people don't grocery shop there.
No. Well, nobody grocery shops at 7-Eleven, right? There's only two reasons you grocery shop at 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
It's either because you just hit rock bottom or you're covering something up.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. So he was there. He was doing cover up grocery shopping.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Black people don't grocery shop at 7-Eleven either. It's not it. That's not where we grocery shop. It's not where they try to entice us too. They in our neighborhoods, they put 7-Elevens right across the street from grocery stores, and we still don't do it. We still don't do it. But this guy, he's like living like a man on the run.
Yeah.
Grocery shopping at 7-Eleven.
Wow.
And he's getting caught.
Yeah.
He keeps getting caught. It's hilarious.
Yeah. And this is not so is he denies it. He's like, that wasn't me.
Basically.
That was my brother.
I don't know. There was no, there said nothing. Is your brother or your brother? There was nothing, no information about whether or not he denied or admitted that. Just a lot of accusations, right?
Yeah. You just don't don't answer to the accusations, right?
Yeah. It's Oh my gosh. So he was a very charming guy, right? And he was asked by an interview because like people were taking up his teaching all across the world and trying it and just like fucking dying.
A lot of people
Just
died.
a lot of people were dying because of it. And so he got asked by an interviewer in Belfast. He goes, the interviewer says, the hunger strikers in Belfast died, and you're still living. What's the difference, right? Mm-hmm. And he's one of these like charming people that he's so charming that he is able to put out this image of intelligence that he clearly doesn't match. Like kind of like the other guru, the Vikram. Mm-hmm. Like when the lady kept saying like he's actually fucking retarded.
Yeah.
You know, but he's just so charming and charismatic and confident that you just give him the accolade of intelligence.
Yeah.
Without even realizing it.
Yeah.
So he goes, his answer is, the difference is, very importantly, they wanted to die. So yeah, he's like making up words and stuff. Hold on, I gotta find the clip of this.
Man.
So yeah, go ahead. Talk on him. What do you think?
No, that's
so
amazing. That's totally amazing. And I'm very intrigued to this. You said that like people have like carried on after him.
Yeah,
like,
so we'll get to Jazmu in a second.
Oh, his cult didn't like die with him.
Well,
how did he die?
How did he die? Are you kidding me?
Old age?
He's still alive.
Nah.
Wiley Brooks, he's still kicking.
Still kicking.
Still claiming not to eat.
Really?
Still claiming not to eat. So wait, okay, 2617 of this video is called "The Strange World of Breatharianism" on YouTube.
And he had a lot of ladies. Like he
I mean, I made that part up. I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming you do it for the ladies. I mean, why do you keep this up? Like, why do you still claim that you're not eating after all this time? After getting caught with so many bags of groceries out of 7-Eleven. I mean, come on, who lives that life if they're not getting like tons of it? So let me. You remember the number I said? 26 what?
2017.
2617. That sounds about right. So. All right, here we go. So, okay, so this is Wiley Brooks, and he's about to be interviewed in a second. So here this is.
To drug withdrawal appears in many current versions of the movement. The unique power of the human mind to transcend its own biology and will itself to live without food has also been a foundational belief since the beginning.
We read that the hunger strikers in Belfast died.
Right.
You're living. What's the difference? What's the difference?
The difference is, very importantly, they wanted to die.
Similar assertions were stated.
How do you argue with that?
I don't know.
How do you argue with that? Also, importantly is not a word. You're not saying importantly.
Yeah, man, it's so crazy how like, when you look at people and you decide like who's successful in life and who holds these like CEO positions and who, can be president of the US and like these things. And it's like these people that are like, yeah, I could do that. And it's like this weird belief that you just have to have in yourself. Like he's like, yeah, I could be a guru.
That's it.
It's like be willing to like stand up there and like present yourself that way.
You got to say, if you're willing to say absolutely ridiculous shit with a straight face and then also believing it.
Yeah.
You can be a guru. So one of the things that he would tell people is that, because some of it was so off that it would kind of make, like, I guess that has to be true, right?
Yeah.
So in order to prep your body for the breatharian lifestyle, you have to do it by, for like a week, only eating yellow foods.
Okay.
Right?
Like the sun. The sun is yellow. That makes perfect sense.
Perfect sense somehow.
Yeah.
No sense at all, but perfect sense.
Perfect
right?
sense.
But then he would tell you what yellow foods you needed to eat.
Okay.
Right? And so eggs, because that man loves his omelets.
Yeah.
Of course, eggs.
Eggs, yeah.
Of course. Never stopped, by the way. So again, this is a guru telling you that he's giving you an ancient secret. This is something that is going to allow you to persist only on air, but you have to prepare your body with these 3 yellow foods.
Yeah, so this is
Right?
obviously how people have been doing it over the years.
For millennia.
Yeah.
You know, every guru throughout history of the world that has managed to ascend to the level of breatharian
Yeah.
has prepared their bodies with these yellow foods.
Yeah.
So it's
Eggs.
eggs,
Of course, everybody always had chickens.
always
They're
had
around.
chickens, corn,
Corn. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
perfect
Maize.
sense, and rum raisin Haagen-Dazs ice cream.
Shut up.
I swear to God.
Is that even yellow?
Yeah, I guess it is. Because that was my first thought when they were because they say it in the documentary like this isn't somewhere where you should like pause
Yeah.
and like talk about this for a second. They just listed it in the 3 foods that he listed and just like moved on to the next subject: rum raisin Haagen-Dazs ice cream. Because that was my first thought, was like, is that even yellow? And it's like, of course it is. It was, because that's what happened first. He was like, I love this. You know, and then he incorporated that into his yellow foods.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure he wasn't like looking for yellow foods and found this.
No.
I think it was the other way around.
Yeah, like he just skipped right over the lemon, huh?
Yeah.
Like the lemon?
Which seems like when you drink lemon juice, like pure lemon juice, you squeeze lemon juice into your mouth, it feels like it's preparing your body for something.
Yeah.
It's like my body's going through changes. Oh.
It's getting ready to live on the sunlight.
Basically.
Yeah.
Basically.
No lemon
like
there,
after
huh,
you
Wiley?
drink enough like pure lemon juice, you're like, oh my God, I'm never eating again. I'm never eating again. That was so, yeah.
Oh, you just got to eat a lot of rum raisin Haagen-Dazs,
A
huh?
lot of rum raisin Haagen-Dazs ice cream.
Like, I don't know if it's crazy or like, cause like you were saying, like, it's crazy. Like the idea of who can be a guru is crazy to me. Like who can take that step and be that leader. But it's also like people will fucking follow anybody.
Yes.
Like people heard this and they were like, that's for me.
Yeah.
That's the life
And
for
again,
me.
you expect me to believe that all these white people were living in this racist society where this black person stood up and was like, all you have to do is eat omelets, corn, rum raisin Haagen-Dazs ice cream, and you can never have to eat again. And white people were like, that guy gets it. Like, I mean, the rest of them, they don't know anything. But this guy who's telling us to eat rum raisin Haagen-Dazs ice cream, that black guy is going to take us to the promised land.
Wow.
Those other ones, lazy, despicable human beings, go back to Africa. This guy, please take all my money. Come on. Come on.
I don't know.
Come
I don't
on.
know.
There's a lie. There's a historical lie going on about
it's not the rum raisin.
It's not the rum raisin. Dude, there's a lie. There's a lie going on in history about the way that we get along with each other and
Yeah.
have gotten along with each other throughout history.
Yeah.
I think we fucking all love each other. I think we get along swimmingly for the most part.
Yeah.
I think there's a few bad apples.
There's some bad burritos out
Definitely
there.
some definitely some bad burritos. Definitely some bad burritos. But I think the bad burritos of our culture
Love
is
everybody.
what bring us together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bad burritos bring feuding cultures together
Yeah.
every time.
Bad apples.
Bad
Get
apples
outta
are
here.
the reason those cultures are feuding to begin with.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
yeah, crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is like this isn't about the historical lie that we've been told about the way that we get along as humans.
Yeah.
However, I feel like this partly uncovers it.
Well, you're a guru, so you have to talk to us about this.
Listen,
I understand, Sidney.
I would like to be able to skip stuff like this, but the truth is just so embedded. It's so embedded in who I am.
Yeah.
It's so embedded. I have to tell the truth.
Yes.
It's what a guru does.
Yeah.
Like if I start lying, all of my 4 Bs will fall out of whack.
Yeah.
And I'm really growing accustomed to this butt. I don't want to lose this butt.
Yeah.
I need this butt.
Yeah. Well, it seems like gurus get away with a lot of lying, though. Are you like a different type of guru?
That's
like
when
what?
it's all falling apart, though.
Oh, okay.
Because at some point,
Well, I don't think Wiley ever had it together, if you
see,
ask me.
well, they don't seem to, because in the beginning you don't have to, because people are just like clamoring over your every word, and you can't make a mistake, and even if you say something wrong, you can like bullshit your way out of it, and people are like, oh my God, he had an explanation. You know what I mean? It's like, this is a very thorough practice.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point he had to. At some point, somebody was like, "Rum raisin Haagen-Dazs." Like, why Haagen-Dazs?
Yeah. No other brand will do.
Yeah, it's like, did Jesus have Haagen-Dazs? It's like, what are you talking about? You know. So that's when the lying starts to happen.
Yeah.
You know, that's when you're like, oh, there's this chemical, and and it's like, I don't know if you know chemicals. So, Jazmu.
So he was number 2.
He.
She.
Are you kidding me? Are you trying to take this mantle away from a successful, mostly always wearing business casual white woman with big blonde hair?
What? The glass ceiling was broken?
Dude, it's not.
Because I've been told about glass ceilings my whole life, Sidney.
Listen.
I didn't know women could even be gurus. This is the first female guru that I've been introduced to. I've been wondering about this.
Listen, I'm telling you, they're lying to us, Hansley. We're talking about a black man and a blonde white woman guru. And let's see when. So she was born in 1957. So she's.
And she's named Jasmine.
Jazmu.
Jasmine.
I think that's her guru name. That's her guru name.
Yeah.
And that's Jazmu.
Oh, I'd follow her anywhere.
Right?
She looks fun.
Jazmu gets it.
Yeah.
Jazmu gets it. Like, this is like, let's see if I can get it.
She's wearing all silk. I like her.
Yeah. That's Jazmu right there for you people. Yeah, she looks like, she looks assertive. I think she's tall. I think you got to be tall to be certain types of gurus. You got to be tall. Certain types of gurus, like if it's a sex cult, you don't have to be tall. You can be short.
But you know what? All gurus have to be. Like, I've never seen like a fat guru. Like gurus, like there's something about like being thin and being a guru that seems like they go together.
You have to have it. You have to look like you have it together.
Yeah.
To some degree.
Yeah.
The Buddha was the only fat guru.
The only, you have to be like.
Yeah.
The happy fat man.
And but Jazmu, she was wilding, So she again. These are separate time periods.
Yeah.
Right? So he was.
She's our 80s guru.
She is. She's like
she
80s,
like our
80s, 90s.
Yeah.
80s, 90s. And so let me see. Put the word test next to her name, Jasmine.
Did Wiley did he fall off, or he just like continued to live his life with less supporters?
That was it. Like it was just too much controversy over the donuts and omelets. Dude, it's just like we're just hearing too much about these donuts and omelets, man. But then he would also be like, sometimes I eat stuff.
Yeah.
No, or no, what did he say? Oh yeah, they're empty calories. They don't count.
Oh right.
And then Jazmu is like, well, she only eats things every now and again if her mouth has the urge to have a certain taste.
Oh.
And she'll eat something like chocolate, but it doesn't count because it's an empty calorie. Because she is not like a direct disciple, but this is part of the lineage of Wiley Brooks's Breatharian society.
It's empty calories.
So it's an empty calorie thing. But for the most part, she doesn't eat. Right?
Yeah.
Now she's claiming that this is what she can do, and she makes it to like TV. She makes it to TV with like Dateline or something.
Yeah.
And they do an experiment with her.
Oh.
Yeah. It's so let me just make sure I get the year, because it was in the late 90s or early 2000s.
Oh wow.
Right? This is like she was crushing this in our lifetime.
Yeah.
So Jazmu, they had her do, again on TV, on camera, they had her in a room, and they were going to have her in there for I think 7 days, and like basically record all her vitals and see how she was actually doing while not eating and stuff like that. And she started dying immediately. She immediately started dying. There was almost no lapse between when they were like, all right, go. And then she was like, oh my God, I'm dying. Instantly started experiencing dehydration, like the traits of dehydration. She gets loopy really quickly. She gets to a point where she can like barely move. Yeah. And then she starts saying, oh, I just want to lay down. Like, no, for no reason. I just want to lay down. Dude, it's wild.
Yeah.
It gets so bad that after 4 days, they stop the experiment.
Yeah.
Because, they can't, with their insurance and like they
can't kill the woman.
They can't go on. They can't go on. And but that only made her fame grow, because of course skeptics would be like, well, that proves that she can't do that. But the true believers are like, you guys purposely cut that experiment short to try to embarrass her and shame the Breatharian society.
Yeah.
Like, we can do that. Well, I'm not doing it, but she can do that.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, she just got bigger.
That's so crazy, because it's this group of people where nobody's doing this thing, but they're all claiming that like their leaders are doing this thing.
Because they fast.
Yeah.
They fast here and there.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, I see how this could be. I see how somebody else could do this longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? So a famous breatharian, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Of course she is.
She was a breatharian. She even said that like the Breatharian cult, she didn't call it a cult, but the Breatharian group, they were like really demanding of her time, always wanted her to be around them.
Well, when you're not eating, you've got all this free time. Like,
They were constantly like, she had to constantly give them more money to like upgrade her membership and stuff.
yeah.
And so, but she was going with it. She was like loving Breatharian, right? And she had an actor husband. I don't know his name didn't ring a bell to me, so I'm not writing that down.
Okay.
Right. So at one point, Michelle Pfeiffer had a husband who was an actor, and she was helping him prepare for and research a role for a movie about a South Korean cult. And then like she was like, "Oh shit."
Really?
She was like, because it was like all the same
Yeah.
tricks employees. She
Yeah.
was like, fuck. Fuck.
That's fantastic.
It's hilarious, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the funnier things that happened in that. But yeah, I think we're good. That's all I got. That's all the information
Sidney,
I got.
you gave us so much tonight.
Yeah?
Thank you. Yes.
Oh my God. Listen, as your guru,
Yes.
I thank you. I thank you for providing me with vessels to pour this knowledge that I am receiving directly from the universe.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, so
Let's give some thanks.
let's give some thanks. Let's shout out some Breatharians real quick. It's let me get this up real fast. Also, check out our Patreon. Subscribe to the Patreon. Come get that good love. Come get that premium guru. So get that premium air. We get that premium air
Yeah.
over on the Patreon. Air you might not want this air to be heard or breathed by the layman. I'm just gonna do shout outs now. All right, shout out Mike Butler, Mike Levy, Liz Bot, Doc, Kevin Stevens, Julian from Canada, and his wife Meg.says.so, and her podcast So and Tell. She makes clothes.
I saw her in a green jumper, looking good.
Dude, I saw it too, and her pictures are cool.
Yeah.
Like she's nailing her social media. She's
Yeah.
really good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, very colorful. It's like art and a happy person in art.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
I want me one of those.
Yeah, you want a happy person in art?
Yeah. And a green jumper.
Yeah, you want a Meg.says.so? Kevin Lau, Mary Jo Butterly, what up? Nicole, Raj, Janelle, Courtney, Rick, Andrew Pace. I feel like Janelle should get her own little special.
I want me one of those too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Janelle? Get you a Janelle. We'll figure that out. We'll make sure we get Janelle some highlights in there. Rick, Andrew Pace, Keith Butts, Kyle Hancock, Erica Daniels, Levi Mercer, Justin Masabi, Ezekiel Ellis, Logan Ryan, Roger Downs, Joe Francis, and his girlfriend's company, Saved by the Wreath. Get all of your wreath needs taken care of.
Oh, it
by
is
his
wreath season right now.
'Tis the season to be wreathen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't
liked
easy to
it.
say.
Yeah.
That was hard to say. Try to say it real quick.
'Tis the season to be wreathen.
All right. You're way better at that than I thought you were going to be. TJ James, shout out our man down under holding us down. Nick Cupsey, his 2 books lost in the mail. The 5 People You Meet in Wawa. This Old Guy, Chris Bruno, Kevin McGran, Graham Hoffman.
I feel like it was like this old guy, Chris Bruno. It made me
This
laugh.
old guy, Chris Bruno. This old guy is a guy who he's separate than Chris Bruno. We don't know who he is, but man, he's showing some love. Graham Hoffman, Chris Tucker, Derek Towson, who is my brother. Same, different last name, and we'll explain that one day. One day we'll get to that. Sean Dowdy, Guy Patterson, Brian Bachner, Tuscany Rodriguez. Ah, man, what a podcast! What a podcast, man! Please share this podcast carefully. We don't want to. We don't want to spawn another Breatharian cult.
Yeah.
You know,
Careful out there,
it's
people.
about that time. Like
It's cult
cyclically,
time?
yes, cyclically in the time of Breatharian,
Yeah.
it is time for another Breatharian cult.
I feel like our culture is ripe right now for cults.
Man, I have a theory on that we're going to talk about in the Patreon.
Okay.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's about the age of Aquarius and the leading of the new era. Right. Oh, Melissa Wild Kingdom and Circadian Clock.
Shit got you.